Hey, it's BrickTsar. In this video, we're going to be responding to a question that Mardi Gras Man 23 asked. That's Mardi Gras Man 23 right there. He asked a question for me and for Friction Pen, and really for everybody, about our collecting Lego, and do you think it's going to follow the same things that happen to some other hobbies like baseball cards, comic books, die-cast collectibles, all kinds of collectibles that have got either saturated in the market or they just don't hold their value over time, whereas Lego seems to always go up in value no matter what you do. Mardi Gras Man 23 in his video mentioned that he thinks eBay caused a lot of the problems, and that's why if you're a collector and you're hoping your things would go up in value, you might have bought them and then they're not even worth what you paid for them years later. So I'm going to try to cover as many of these points as I can. We will get into some things that are not Lego related in this video, but it goes back to, do you have to worry about your Lego hobby going the way of these other hobbies? I took notes on his video, and he brought up, this was all spurred on by one of Friction Pen's videos where he was doing the room tour, and is even the one thing I noticed in Friction Pen's room tour is you're seeing other collectibles, and in particular this time it was the baseball cards. I too collected baseball and basketball cards at one point in my life, and I thought that that was a way of investing pretty much even as a kid, and that didn't turn out to be the case, and it got too hard to buy stuff and then hope it will go up in value. You know, you're always looking for the rookie card and things like that. So I got out of baseball cards pretty much in the early 90s. So that was long before eBay. And the boom was, as Mardi Gras Man mentioned in his video, was the late 80s. That's when there started to be more manufacturers of cards, and then they started being the special edition cards, and then everybody wanted the special edition cards. Used to, you just try to get the complete set or get your favorite players. And you know, packs were cheap, and now packs became expensive, and they're ridiculously expensive now. And you may say the same with Lego. You know, Lego used to be a lot cheaper, now it's more expensive. But to me, Lego has more of a value than these cards. You get stuck with a lot of commons. I got boxes of commons, of baseball cards. And for me, I remember being in the card shops in '86 looking at the basketball cards. And I wanted to get them, but I didn't think they would go up in value, and it turned out that was the year that I should have bought the basketball cards, because '86 Fleer, Michael Jordan rookie card, I could have bought them all day long, 50 cents a pack or less, and I didn't do it. And then I started collecting basketball cards the year after that in '87, and by then the Michael Jordans had skyrocketed, and I said, okay, each year these things are going up in value. The '87s weren't worth as much as the '86s, but they've gone up in value. So I bought '88s, '89s, I bought more. 1990, I said, I'm going all out. I'm buying a case. I bought a case of 1990 Fleer basketball cards. I bought a case of 1990 Donruss baseball cards. The stuff is worthless now. So I've managed to get rid of the stuff, most of the sealed boxes I had. But yeah, that was a mistake. But I should have invested that money in Lego. So, you know, and so all this happened before eBay. So I don't think eBay's to blame, although I do think some of the principles that go behind eBay, and I think, I'll go ahead and just say now, I was going to save it towards the end of the video, what I think has ruined hobbies like baseball cards and comic books and die-cast collectibles is speculators. And I was guilty of it myself. You think something's going to go up in value, so you buy extras, and you don't even really know if you like it. And I was buying extras of baseball cards and basketball cards. I was buying extras of comic books, and those things, it just didn't happen. I know when I started out collecting, I only collected what I liked. I started collecting comic books. I was just, you know, start off getting Fantastic Four, and then Spider-Man, and you know, it grew. I mean, I was getting a large amount of comic books and I was actually reading the comic books I got, that by the late 80s, early 90s, I was buying comic books that I never read. And that was, that's a little different with Lego. I think Lego, you're buying stuff you're actually going to use it. I think that's why it holds its value. But I made a decision in 1996. I totally stopped collecting comic books except for my favorite titles. In fact, this is what I just got in the mail a few days ago. It's Gru versus Conan. So it's really basically the only title I collect. I do collect one other one, but I don't seem to make many of it. It's Magnus Robot Fighter. So just collect what you want. So that's the number one rule with any hobby. I think the best thing to do is just collect what you like. You can't go wrong. Because if you do, you're not worried about if it goes up in value or down in value. I think the difference with Lego is that as soon as you buy it, for instance, these ones of us that buy a set and part it out and sell it by the piece, you already can make money right off the shelf, even at retail price. You can part it out and make money. Sometimes you can even buy a brand new set and sell it for more than what it's worth. Typically what people did when eBay came along is they would buy a Lego set, keep it sealed, and then sell the sealed set later when they were no longer on the shelves from Lego and Walmart and all that. And you knew they were going to go up in value. Always went up in value. But, this, you wonder if that's still going to happen. Now, if you're collecting what you like, it's not going to matter if it goes up in value or not. And I think the reason Lego continues to go up and continues to hold its value, even the junk out there like Prince of Persia, you can buy a set and it's got useful pieces in it. So the pieces can be used for other things. Now, sometimes there's certain things that I don't think are as good, like those big superhero figures, like they look like Hero Factory. In fact, Hero Factory in general and Bionicle, even though they may be popular, those are some of the few that I think the individual pieces over time aren't worth more. But the stuff that's brick built, like creator sets and modulars, are always going to go up in value. And I think it's going to hold the test of time because, number one, this is just Lego. You're not really mixing in Lego and Mega Bloks. The typical Lego collector does not even care what Mega Bloks is making. We don't care what Creo is making. Whereas baseball card collectors, you got your Fleer, your Donruss. I don't even know what else is out there today. There were so many different companies, and you're trying to collect your favorite player from all the different companies and all the key cards and all the rare cards. Whereas a Lego collector, he's only buying Lego. There's very few that even give serious consideration to others. Now, yes, I have bought others. I got chastised by some because I had negative things to say about other brands, so I started buying them for myself. Yeah, Lego is far superior. The other brands don't even compare. So you don't run into that problem with the other hobbies because the ones that are causing the price to go up are only buying Lego. They're not really buying Mega. Where's the market for reselling Mega Bloks? I mean, there's no website that I'm aware of like BrickLink where you can buy Mega Bloks by the piece. I mean, Mega Bloks is just eBay, pretty much. If there's another thing for Mega Bloks, let me know, but I doubt it. So the other thing is I remember as a kid, a teenager, growing up, Lego would only produce sets for a few years, maybe typically like 3 years. You might see a set on the shelves, and then they'd stop selling them. So sets that I missed or couldn't afford, I would never get them again unless I just happened to find them at a yard sale. That was pretty much the only avenue you had. I knew my younger brother had a friend that had all the castle sets, and I was like, I wonder what happened to him. I need to track him down. This is when I was trying to collect more of the castle sets, and so it was hard to find stuff. That when eBay came along, it was like, oh man, I can get this stuff now. So it was great for the Lego collector. It was bad for the guy who sold comic books at shows and baseball cards at baseball card shows, because now the price, there's more out there. But for the Lego collector, initially, and when I started, it was in 2000. I got more for that stuff back then than I could get for it even now, because it's like those of us that had not been able to get the sets and that we wanted, it was like, oh great, and you'd see what other people were bidding, and you wanted it really bad, and so the prices were higher back then. That Forestman's River Fortress, I think it's 6071 or 77, I can't remember the number. The one with the bridge and the woman. It would sell for like $200 back then, but you can buy it for 70 or 80 if you look around. So it's, the prices were really off the chart. I remember the Millennium Falcon, the first Millennium Falcon. It came out in '99, I think, or 2000. It was selling for $400 in a sealed box. I mean, just right after they stopped producing it, it was $400, and I had bought a bunch of them for $25. So you won't see stuff like that as much today, because there's so many people that are aware of it. But stuff will still go up in value. You don't have to worry about, even if you bought it at 100, you don't have to worry about it being worth less than that, sealed and even individually as parts. And he mentioned and Mardi Gras Man mentioned a website called BrickTsar. And I think that's a website that has more of us, or ones in the Lego community, that could actually hurt the hobby. Because that is your speculators. That is your guys just buying and hoping the stuff will go up in value. Me, I've always been a clearance buyer and a part out value buyer. I'm always buying, when I buy that set, it's already worth more. It's not like a new car. When you buy a new car, you drive it off the lot, you've already lost value. When I buy a Lego set, it's already gone up in value by the time I get home, because I can part it out and sell it for more than what I paid for it. But I haven't been doing that lately. So that's why I think Lego has sustained. And I think it's stupid, the graded Lego sets. That's where you have a sealed set that's sealed, encased in plastic, and has a grade. First of all, who are these people grading this stuff? Are they Lego experts? I don't think so. They're probably just looking at the box and judging the condition of the box. I will tell you that is stupid. It doesn't even compare to comic book grading, which I'm going to talk about. Grading a Lego set that's sealed has no value. Anybody that's buying these sets, you're an idiot, because you don't know what the condition is of the Lego that's inside the box. I have actually seen vintage sets that were graded. Nice, perfect sealed box. I have opened vintage sets, and the pieces are discolored. It's just that the instructions are wrinkled. You don't know what the condition is of what's inside the box. All you're doing is buying a graded box, and it's insane. And people that buy sealed sets and just to keep them, I can't understand that. Now, I do have sealed sets, but I'm not afraid to buy a set and open it. That's what you're supposed to do with Lego. And I think that's another thing that helps Lego continue to go up. You have people that will buy comic books. Now, a comic book, you can open it and look at it and then go get it graded. But people would buy extras and then figure out which ones they wanted to get graded and have them go graded, and then they could sell them for more. And there's a YouTube channel, Cougar Comics. He actually has bought graded comic books, and they're sealed. The company grades them, they seal them. You can technically, you're not going to open them again. No, not Cougar Comics. He's going to open them, and he's going to see how he would view it. So he's not afraid to open it. So I think that's a real collector. That's not a speculator. But boy, I've talked a lot longer than you did, Mark. But that's what I think. I think it's the speculators that hurt a market. That's what hurt diecast. I used to collect NASCAR collectible diecasts, and the next year you could sell stuff for more than what you paid for it. But now it's just, I have had diecast cars that only made 500 of that particular one, and it's hard to even get your original price back. So Yeah, I think eBay contributes to it, but it's the mentality of the collectors, of the speculators, that actually caused the problem. eBay just gave them a means to facilitate it and progress it even more, because my memory of the collapse of comic books and baseball cards was before eBay was even invented. So it's a very good question. I don't think we need to worry about our Lego hobby going that route. I don't like speculating. I, here's I have thousands of Lego sets. I had a Lego store, but I I have a problem with speculating. It may seem like I'm being hypocritical, but I don't think I am. Tell me if I'm wrong. I do invest somewhat in Lego, but like I said before, when I buy a Lego set, I already know it's worth more when I buy it. I'm not buying something and then hoping later it will go up in value. So tell me what you think. Do we think you Lego collectors need to worry that you're going to lose value over time? Um, I think it's silly to buy Lego just and then keep it sealed for all time. That's not what Lego intended. And I will open a sealed set even when I know that it may be worth, say, $100 sealed. Once I open it, it's only worth 25. I don't care, especially if I want to build it. So tell me what you think, and thanks for watching this video. Thanks, Mardi Gras Man and Friction Pen. Friction Pen is a collector of other things non-Lego, and so is Mardi Gras Man. So I think it's good to consider these things, and maybe I rambled a little bit much in this video, but it's my hobby. I can talk about it. Tell me what you think. See you in the next one. It's BrickTsar.